How we doing, guys? Okay, I'm going to clean up this Kershaw that I reviewed briefly in the previous video. Picked it up at a yard sale. Don't know what this stuff is. I don't know if it's cooking grease or something. Maybe it was up on top of a refrigerator where there was a lot of grease or something. It just accumulated on one side and the top half of the blade that was exposed. But it's coming off pretty easily here with a little lubricant and some Scotch-Brite. Using it very lightly. It looks a little more aggressive and high speed than it really is. But it's working pretty good. Stuff's coming off. Just a little rubbing and we got it. Now, the way this knife is constructed, it has these rivets that stand very pronounced. Here I'm using my red handled fingernail brush, very coarse, stiff bristles on here. It is fantastic for scrubbing, knife handles and getting down inside the knife cavity there. It does a really good job. It's one of my favorite tools for cleaning out this cavity because it gets a lot of it. And one of the next tools I'm going to use, here you see me hack off a little more manageable piece of Scotch-Brite. I love this stuff. I mean, I've showed it in many videos. It's one of my favorite cleaning tools. Trying not to use power tools unless absolutely necessary. I've got the fiber wheels and grinder wheels and fiber belts or Scotch-Brite belts. But I just like, I prefer to do it, by hand here. It just, it's more satisfying for me. But one of the little tools I'm going to use coming up here is a toothpick. Don't like to use metal objects.
It doesn't matter.
Here I'm using a knife just to pack this down in there good, but I don't like using metal objects to clean or scrape because they can scratch the metal or bone or whatever the handle is. It can scratch it. So I like to use toothpicks. And you can see here there's that grime is built up and you can't really get Scotch-Brite in there. But these pointy little toothpick can get down in all those little crevices and really do a good job breaking that stuff up, and then you just clean it up. For inside the knife, cleaning the inside of the springs and the tang on the knife, a lot of times I'll just break the toothpick in half. It gets a little bit wider surface, and it's almost like a little wooden brush that I can use to scrub those areas and get stuff off of there. It works really well, and they're cheap and super handy to have. I don't like Q-tips. They leave a lot of fibers and stuff, but here all these little tight little crevices and edges, toothpick really works well. But this knife, this is much like the Wildcat Ridge that I traded a while back. This is an older version. This is made in Japan. Super good knife. If someone really wants the knife, I'll entertain a trade, but I plan on hanging on to this one. There you can see how well that toothpick worked getting down in and getting that gunk out. And I don't have to worry about scratching up the knife. The action on this knife, super smooth. Lockup is super positive. This, when you go to close it, has a fantastic snap, and just an overall decent, good quality knife from Kershaw. You'll see there's all these little details you can get to with that toothpick. It has jipping on the edge of the blade there, just like the Wildcat Ridge. I mean, this may be an older version of Wildcat Ridge, I don't know. The Wildcat Ridge I traded was made in China. This is made in Japan. But I like the textured handles on here. We're going to give it a quick pass on the ceramic rod. I ran out of compound for my strop, and the stuff that was on there dried up, as you'll see here coming up. It just flaked off like crazy. So I just decided to scrape it off and just rely on the buffing side. And not quite there. Make a few more passes. And then this thing was hair shaven sharp. So I was pretty pleased with it. The blade was in good shape. The tip slice works great. Cleaned up very well. Here you go. Quick pass with the old microfiber. This has like a satin finish stainless on the bolsters. And I missed a little crud on the swedge there, so we'll make some quick work of that with a little Scotch-Brite. And there we go, good as new. Again, the textured handles feel really good. The chipping on the blade is very aggressive. It's fine, but it's very aggressive. I mean, there's no slipping on this handle or that jipping. So there it is, the Kershaw Wildcat Ridge, made in Japan, lanyard hole. Those are probably G10 scales. I don't know. I have to look it up. Okay, guys, please remember to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and above all, have a beautiful day.